My name is Susan Glickman.
And you are Torontonian, right?
I'm actually from Montreal, but I'm Canadian.
Okay.
Yes, I live here.
So you're here today. What made you come out here today?
I'm Jewish, and I know the pain of unnecessary and evil hatred of innocent people, and my heart broke when I heard what happened in New Zealand, so I wanted to be here and support.
And my last question for you, so just going forward, I guess, what do you want, people that are scared to know?
Well, I want them to know that life and death are really in the hands of God, and nothing happens without the permission of God. And God allows suffering to the certain extent that is controllable, that's manageable, tolerable from His point of view, and that suffering actually brings about great good in return. And we see the great good that is here. We don't have to live in fear. We live under the God and protection of God, and as the 23rd Psalm says, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil. We fear no evil because we know that God is our protector, He's our rock, He's our shelter.
And what do you want the people that are here to know?
I want them to know that the Muslim community feels extremely thankful, and we are really grateful for this show of support. And we know that we are not the only ones who have ever been under attack, and if anyone else should be under attack in the future, we should not hope for that. We pray it doesn't happen. But if it does happen, we Muslims will consider it our duty to be there standing in solidarity with them and in their protection as well.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Imam.
Thank you.
Name?
I'm Rabbi Elise Goldstein from City Shul.
I'm Gary Vandermeer, the priest from St. Anne's Anglican Church.
Okay. And why did you guys think it's important to come here today?
Well, we've organized this Ring of Peace because the first time there was violence against Muslims in Quebec, we knew that we had to show support. Then this mosque and the church came around my synagogue after the Pittsburgh massacre to make a Ring of Peace around us. And we felt it was very important after Christ Church to be here to wish the worshipers well and to show our support.
And our vision for what community is about here in Toronto and everywhere is that we would be together as friends and brothers and sisters. So this expresses our hope for what the world would be like, that we would stand here together in support of the mosque today.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Very welcome.
Your names?
My name is Monahan, M-O-N-A-H-A-N.
My name is Nada Konik.
Okay. And I just have a simple question for you guys. Why did you think it's important for you guys to come here today?
Well, one can feel overwhelmed at the magnitude of what's going on in the world, but I believe that if you can do a tiny little bit, and everybody does the tiny little bit that they can, it will make a difference in the world.
Okay. And you? Okay.
Yeah, similar. And my family comes from a country, the former Yugoslavia, where Muslims were targeted, where there was a genocide, and I was involved in translating for that. And so whenever something like the New Zealand massacre happens, it's sort of like it's happening over again. And so it's important to show up.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
My name is Allison.
Okay. And please tell us about your sign.
Well, my sign says we care about you.
Okay.
It's to tell our Muslim friends that we're all one community, and we care about them and want them to be well.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
My name is Barry Reeder, and I'm a community minister in Jane and Finch with the United Church.
Okay. And why did you think it was important for you to come here today?
I think it's important that we stand in solidarity with our Muslim brothers and sisters in this horrific thing that has happened a week ago. And we're just here to create a ring of peace as the brothers go to pray on Friday. We want to ensure that they know that they're supported. When there's attack of one of us, there's attack of all of us.
And can you say a little bit about your side?
Terrorism is not going to affect us. We should not be afraid to go to mosques or to temples or to churches to pray. Terrorism cannot take the end of the day. We stand strong in solidarity with each other to fight back.
study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. Ain't gonna study war no more. Shake hands with everyone. I'm gonna shake hands with everyone. Tell me where. Down by the riverside. Down by the riverside. Down by the riverside.
Your name?
My name is Richard Kirsch.
And why do you think it was important for you to come out here today?
Because I think it's important, particularly in a big city, for people not to feel alone. And one of the things I like about Toronto is it does feel like a community. So whatever I can do to support that is great.
Thank you. And I like your sign. Could you tell me a little bit about your sign?
I can't take credit for this, but you're my friends and my brothers and sisters, and I think that's the way we should feel about each other.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you so much. Name?
My name's Paul Robinson.
And Rochelle Dworkin.
And why did you think it was important to come out here today?
It's really important to be able to show that all communities are united in opposing the kind of right-wing violence that's been happening all around the world, and especially here in Toronto and certainly in New Zealand. So we want to show support for everyone who should have freedom of religion and safety for everyone.
Yeah, when there was the synagogue shooting in Pittsburgh, all the communities came and rallied around our synagogue, and we wanted to show the same support to the Muslim community.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
My name is Gary Vandermeer, and I'm the priest of St. Anne's Anglican Church. I'm here with Rabbi Elise Goldstein from City Shul. We have formed an intentional friendship with your Imam Shabir and your community, and that is why we are here today. We are very committed to this friendship, and we express our sorrow and our commitment to being together at a moment's notice. This is the third Ring of Peace that we've had. We were here 2 years ago, and then we were at City Shul in November, and we don't want to be doing this again and again, but we will at a moment's notice. I'd like to tell you a little bit about the people outside. We have our intentional friendship into which we've invited the whole community to come and join us. And so you see people from many faith traditions. There are Christians and Jews. There are people who are not adherents of any faith, but they are neighbors. And they have all come together to share this vision with us for how our community will be in the future. And that is that we will be side by side. We will be friends. If I could quote from my own Christian tradition, there's a place where Jesus said that we are to be salt, and salt is, if it's lost its saltiness, isn't even worth trampling it underfoot. And we're to be light, and you don't hide your light under a basket. You put it out where all can see it. And so I think of the community out front as putting out their light where all can see it, so that our whole community can share this vision of friendship that we express with you here. And so I'm going to present this sign to you in the hopes that we will not use it again, but as a sign of our deep commitment that we are your friends, and we love you, and we are with you. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. I'd like to just offer a brief prayer. I'm here representing the Jewish community to remind you that when someone hates you, they hate us all. And we stand together as one humanity with no divisions between us. I'm going to offer this prayer in the words that you offer your prayers. Please forgive me for any terrible pronunciation. But I remember when Imam Shabir came to our synagogue to show support for us after Pittsburgh, and he said the words of our prayer in Hebrew. And so I'm going to begin my prayer in Arabic, and please forgive any terrible pronunciation I may offer. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yirhamukum Allah. Avinu Shebashamayim, Av HaRachaman, God of all mercies, God the merciful one, protect us and bless us as we stand together as friends. Feel our pain as one community as we cry out to you for an end to violence and an end to hate. Accept our love for each other as true love and true friendship. And may all of us know salaam and shalom in its deepest way in the coming days and weeks and months and years. May we pray together and love together and learn together and study together in peace with no fear. Amen.
My name is Brian Boswick. I teach religion at the University of Toronto. I am a Muslim, and I think that after the massacre in Christchurch, New Zealand, that today at the mosque I felt solidarity, mainly because there were Jews and Christians and people of other faiths gathered outside in order to keep the mosque safe. This shows me that there is unity within the being of God, that God is so expansive that he can incorporate Jews, Christians, Muslims, people of even of other faiths.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace and mercy and blessings of God be with all of you. Today at the Islamic Information and Dawah Center International in Toronto, we had a wonderful show of support from our Jewish and Christian friends and other people as well. Many gathered here, even children from a Jewish school, to show that they stand with us at this time of grief and at this difficult moment following the shooting at two mosques in New Zealand. They wanted to form a ring of peace around the Islamic Information Center to symbolically say to the world that they are protecting Muslims while we pray, so that we can pray in peace and under their protection. This was such a heartwarming gesture. Words cannot express how much gratitude and thankfulness we feel towards the people who came here. The signs behind me were brought by them saying peace, shalom, salaam. This, of course, is what we all should represent. As Muslims, we believe in peace. Christians and Jews and many other people believe in peace. And when our world is torn apart by such a horrific attack as the terrorist attack on the two mosques in New Zealand recently, we all feel the pain from that, and we all stand together, united in mutual protection and love under the guidance of God for the betterment of all humankind. And again, thank you all to our Jewish and Christian friends and to others who stood by us today in this ring of peace. Thank you for listening. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.